there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss the conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're looking at The Police Academy. And the subsequent reviews will be the sequels. This stars Steve Guttenberg, Kim Cattrall, G.W. Bailey. Steve Guttenberg was big in the 80s. He was also in Short Circuit and other comedic roles. In my opinion, he's not among the best actors out there. He's not really a good comedic actor. Just based on this movie alone, he acts like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to do it. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. Now, before I watched this movie, I looked at the back of the case. Now, this is a DVD collection of all 4 movies. This one's rated R, the second one is PG-13, and the last 2 are PG. The only reason why this is rated R because there are 2 scenes where there are topless women in them, and there's some swearing in this. Other than that, this movie could have easily been PG. So the main character is Terry Mahoney. He's introduced to us as a guy that watches a parking lot in the city. Customers come up to him with their vehicle and he's supposed to park it. Well, this one customer, who's real arrogant, tells him to park it, and Terry points out to him there's no parking spots. And his boss tells him, you gotta park it, like he's my good friend. He parks it all right, and somehow that's enough to get him into the police academy. That and a captain in the police force was friends with his father. They don't really go into the details of his past or the relationship that Captain Reed, the officer that knows his dad, and his dad had, which is one of the big problems with this movie. There is a plot, and it's just simply Mahoney and a whole cast of other goofy characters that are supposed to go through the academy and make it through the other end. Become police officers. That's it. Other than that, it's just a series of events that happen. They just happen. I mean, yeah, they go through the steps of the police academy. They show them training, they show them studying, they show them taking tests and stuff like that. And there are funny moments, but there's not that many funny moments. Now, maybe because I'm older and I don't find this kind of humor as funny, but now that I think of it, I think that the humor just isn't executed well. And that's in part due to Steve Guttenberg's performance. It's just there. And Kim Cattrall is really in here as eye candy and love interest. Like I said, it just follows a series of story beats just to make a movie. They probably looked at a bunch of other movies that are similar to this and they're like, oh yeah, we can take that beat, we'll throw this in there. Movie! And the chemistry that Steve Guttenberg and Kim Cattrall share on the screen is almost non-existent. They start off with a joke and they talk a couple more times after that. Then there's a party they go to and they just hook up, and then other things happen and then they hook up at the end. Characters have a starting point where they have to overcome something and then they overcome it at the end, but it's not a real character arc. It's just, again, story beats. They have to accomplish this goal by the end of the movie, and it's not satisfying. Especially the fact where Mahoney is more or less the same person from the beginning of the movie to now. He's just a smart aleck that thumbs his nose at authority. G.W. Bailey plays Lieutenant Harris, and he's just another authority figure. Come to think of it, I think the directing of this movie is what doesn't work. Because I know G.W. Bailey is a very good actor. So maybe it's not all Steve Guttenberg. Maybe it's also the director just giving bad direction. There are a bunch of characters that are set up here, and there's no real payoff. I'm gonna have to put this up in post, but you have this character that's married, and his wife is like, if you leave, you're gonna get it. And they make that a joke for like a minute or more, which feels more like 10 minutes. It's just a joke that goes on for too long and it's not funny. Another notable actor in this is Michael Winslow. He's the sound effects guy. He's also in Spaceballs, and he's just there for sound effects. He has maybe 3 or 4 lines of dialogue. He's really just there for comedic sound effects, and he's just doing them for the sake of doing them. There's no real rhyme or reason to them. Well, okay, some of them have rhyme or reason to them, but most of them don't. And then you have Bubba Smith, who is Hightower. I think he's only in this movie as like he is a presence. I mean, the guy is probably like 6'8". They kind of last minute in there put in a arc for him. It's driving. Like I said, things just happen. Normally, I wait to give a rating when I do a series of movies. I'm just gonna say, catch this on streaming if you want to watch it. I wouldn't put any real money towards it. Those are my thoughts on Police Academy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and live your imagination.